Hello and happy Monday. Welcome back to the RPM Garage YouTube channel and welcome back to another episode of Review Mondays. Now, I know that it is not really the Review Mondays that it once was, so we are probably going to end up changing the title of this series, but until we decide on what that new title is going to be, for the time being, it's not going to change. We have two very cool, very classic, restored, modified trucks, and you are going to love both of them. I am almost positive of it, so be sure to stick around until the end of the video because we have full breakdowns of both trucks, startup clips, and some pretty awesome montages of both of them. Before we dive into this video though, I have to take a second right now to ask each and every single one of you to stop, subscribe to the channel, share this video with a friend, and hit the like button. It would mean a ton to myself and to everyone at RPM Garage. And with that said, let's dive in. The first truck in today's video is a 1971 Chevrolet C10, and I want to clarify right now that this is by no means an ordinary Chevy C10, and I'm about to tell you exactly why that's the case. Instead of the standard engine that came with the 1971 Chevrolet C10, this truck has received a 383 stroker V8 under its hood. Now, with all of the modifications that have been attached to this engine, this truck is producing approximately 400 horsepower, which means that it drives so very well, and it's very fun to drive as well, which is crucially important when you own anything that's a classic, at least in my opinion. When it comes to the modifications, this truck has received an Edelbrock top end, long tube headers, an Edelbrock AVS2 carburetor, and plenty of other upgrades that make it both more powerful and more reliable. And when it comes to sound, it produces something completely unparalleled, which you'll find out about in just a minute. However, the engine is not the only part of this truck that has received extensive attention to detail. In addition to all of the powertrain upgrades that make this truck so very fun to drive, this truck has a completely custom interior that makes it nice to drive. It's very comfortable to be in, and there are plenty of things that have been done to make this truck extremely comfortable for daily driving, including air conditioning, which is probably the biggest feature on this truck, but it is definitely the most important because, as you may or may not know, RPM Garage is located in Dallas, Texas, where air conditioning is a must pretty much all times of the year. In addition to air conditioning though, this truck has also received a leather bench seat, a Grant GT steering wheel, custom dash and door panels, and odometer gauges, all of which come together to produce a very nice to be in interior and a very nice to look at interior as well, which is very crucial for any classic. But when it comes to looking at things, the exterior of this truck absolutely takes the cake, largely due to the custom blue paint job. However, there have been a couple of other modifications as well that make this truck a looker from just about every single angle, and that includes 15-inch Craigar wheels and, more importantly, lowered suspension for both better handling and, like I said, in my mind, better styling. I think this truck looks absolutely amazing at its current ride height, and it definitely handles much better than some of the higher riding classic trucks that I've had the opportunity to drive. So because this truck is so nice to look at, so nice to be inside of, and so much fun to drive, it must come with a pretty high price. But you would be wrong. Relative to other classic trucks that don't have nearly as many nice amenities, this truck is perfectly reasonably priced at $34,991. So I strongly urge you to come in, check it out, and maybe even buy it because it definitely will not last long. The second truck in this video is a 1974 Ford F100. Now, like the C10 we just talked about, almost every inch of this truck, both inside, outside, and under the hood, is completely restored and near completely custom. That extends, first of all, to the 360 cubic inch V8. Now that has received an Edelbrock AVS2 carburetor, an aftermarket air filter, an Edelbrock top end, a Mr. Gasket Co. valve covers, long tube headers, and so much more. As a result, it has a ton of power, it's very reliable, and most importantly, it produces a very, very cool noise that you'll definitely hear later. Stick around for that because it does truly sound amazing, especially when you get on the gas a little bit. Like the engine, the exterior has received a fair amount of attention to detail as well, and that is very, very evident, as I'm sure you could probably tell in the montage that I just showed you. The exterior of this truck has received a custom blue paint finish, as well as 22-inch Boss Motorsports chrome wheels, a rear bumper delete, chrome exterior accents, and a bed liner. And as a result of all of those different modifications and upgrades, this truck looks absolutely stunning from just about every single angle, which is one of the reasons that I truly love it so much. I think it looks absolutely insane. However, looks are not the only thing that makes this truck great, and neither is the engine. In addition to the great engine and the awesome exterior, this truck also has a completely custom interior as well. Included in those interior upgrades are a two-tone leather bench seat with Ford 74 custom stitching, as well as a Kenwood radio with Bluetooth, AUX, CD, and AM/FM radio. Now, these are all very, very great, but what's great too is that the rest of the interior, talking specifically about the dash panels, the door panels, and just about every exposed surface in the car, has either been paint matched or painted in a very, very nice white that offsets that blue paint perfectly. So the interior looks very nice and it's very, very comfortable to be in, which is always a huge plus in my mind for a classic. So with a price of $24,991, this truck is about as much of a steal as you can possibly get. You get a great 360 cubic inch modified V8 engine, you get an awesome custom interior with a lot of modern features and a great amount of attention to detail being paid to it, and most importantly, you get that awesome square body classic exterior that truly is unmissable. You are going to get all sorts of attention and look great while you do. As a result then, I think this truck is incredible value for money, and I definitely recommend that you come in and check it out. That 1974 Ford unfortunately does bring us to the end of this video, but before we wrap it up completely, we do have to ask each and every one of you right now to comment down below which truck was your favorite, and it's totally okay if the answer is both, because these trucks are both so cool and so sick and so unique in their own ways, and there's totally no shame in wanting both of them, because quite frankly, I definitely do. Thank you guys so much for taking the time today to watch this video, and we hope that you'll also take a second right now to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with a friend, and comment down below which cars or trucks you'd like to see in future videos. To see which cars we have available for future videos, go down and check out our inventory, as well as our Facebook, our Instagram, and our TikTok. We have all of our cars, or at least a lot of them, posted on all of those different places, and we'd love to hear which cars you want to see next. We also do have merchandise available. That'll be on our website soon as well, and we would love to see you wrapped up in some of our RPM swag for the holiday season. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.